Today we're going to be unboxing the Meepo Envy and I'm going to show you guys absolutely everything that you get with it when you buy it. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ronan and I make vlogs and I make product and tech reviews. And in today's video, we are going to be unboxing the brand new Meepo Envy electric skateboard. So a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to Meepo to ask them if they would let me review one of their new Meepo Envy electric skateboards, and they said yes. So the skateboard arrived this morning and I have been dying to open it all day. And just one quick thing to mention, I didn't pay any money for this board. Meepo actually sent me this board so that I could review it for you guys here on the channel. And if you like what you see, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below to this board, and it's an affiliate link. So if you decide to get a board through my link, I get a little bit of a kickback, which goes back into the channel. But by all means, if you're looking to buy one of these boards, don't feel obliged to use my link. So I have the skateboard inside this box, and the first thing just to notice is this box is class. It's really, really nice, black cardboard, and then you have kind of like these green palm tree leaves emblazoned on the box, and that is very much in keeping with the styling of the board. So I'm really excited to open this up for you guys so you can see exactly what we have in here. A lot of sellotape at the bottom here, so I'm going to just carefully slice through it. I don't want to cut the board or anything like that. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what this thing looks like. Just gonna fold all this way. So as I've come to expect with Meepo boards, we have black foam over the top of the board, but I can feel the board underneath the foam. Okay, let's get rid of this. Oh yeah. Oh wow, this is just so nice. So first thing, we have the board and it's wrapped in plastic, so I might need to stand up for this. No, I'm good, I'm good. We've got this. Oh. All right, so maybe I'll just take this down for a sec. Put it behind me. So this is the Meepo Envy, and already I can tell this board is gorgeous. So here it is, the Meepo Envy. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Really is nice. So as you can see, that kind of palm tree logo that was on the outside of the box is also on the grip tape. You have a little arrow at the top here, just to let you know which way is forward, because when you're riding this thing, you don't want to be standing the wrong way and it go flying out from under you. And the deck is beautiful. You can just see all the various layers of wood, and it's just really, really nice. And the deck on this board is a bamboo and fiberglass composite, so it should be like quite stiff and sturdy, but with enough flex to give you that extra comfort when you're on the road and you're kind of going over bumps and cracks and stuff. And then underneath, the board is mainly black, so we have like a matte black finish on the board, and then we have like a matte black finish on the ESC and then on the battery enclosure here. But then we also have these like green accents here and here where they screw onto the deck, which is really nice, and that's just kind of in keeping with the wheels and the trucks. Trucks have the green on them as well, and it's just sort of black and green color scheme throughout the board. It's really nice. Then obviously we've just got the little Meepo logo here on the grip tape, and that is actually in white as opposed to the usual orange color that Meepo usually have on their branding. And then in terms of the wheels on this board, so these are 90mm diameter, 60mm contact patch, 78A durometer wheels, which are similar to what's on some of my other Meepo boards. These are their new Century wheels, but these ones are actually green because that's in keeping with the rest of the board. But what's really sort of interesting about this and what makes this different to any of my other boards is this board is not a hub drive board. This board actually has a belt drive. So what you can see there is we have these two giant motors, and these wheels are just standard skateboard wheels, but they're mounted onto the motors and they're driven by belts. Whereas all of my electric skateboards previously were actually hub driven boards, which means that the motor is actually inside the wheel. And why this is better is it means that you have much more comfort because these are proper skateboard wheels as opposed to a little piece of polyurethane with a solid hub motor inside it. So between that and kind of just like the higher quality deck on this board, I'm expecting that this board is much more comfortable to ride than any of the other boards that I've used so far. The other thing, because this is a belt drive board, I'm also expecting that it will have much more power than any of the other boards that I've used so far. Another really nice touch from Meepo with this board is we have bash guards on the nose and on the tail of the board. So that just means that these will actually protect the deck if you're standing the board up or resting it or anything like that. Or if you crash into like a curb or something, it means that you're not gonna actually damage the top or bottom of the deck. That's something that Meepo also had on the Meepo V5, and I really liked it on that, and I'm really happy to see that it has returned with this board as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go and see just what else is in the box when you get this thing. So this foam pad here is just what the board was sitting on so that it doesn't move around. So we don't need that. So first thing that I see here, which is very important, is the remote. And oh yeah, this is a really nice remote. So what I like about this remote straight away is the lanyard is also kind of that lime green color that is everywhere else on the board. So this is an all new remote from Meepo, and they call this the N5S. And it has that kind of like rubberized texture on the outside, which is super nice. It just makes the remote much easier to grip. The control wheel feels really snappy and smooth. There's a little screen on the remote just here, so you'll be able to like see your speed, track how fast you're going. You'll be able to track your distance and that kind of thing when you're using the board, which is a really nice touch. And then again, it just has the two buttons, the power button and the menu button, and that's all that the remote has on it. So very similar to previous remotes that I've used, but the layout is slightly different. It's a slightly different shape, but just as comfortable and just as nice as the remotes that I use with my previous Meepo boards. The other thing that's nice about this remote is it has a USB-C charging port. We also have a little bag here which has some screws and extra cable for charging the battery. We have a manual, so it just gives you all of the kind of user information that you might need about the board. We have an eskate tool. So I have never gotten an electric skateboard from Meepo that didn't come with one of these. So these are always great to have. This one is black and it has a little Meepo logo on it as well. Another thing that we have in the box here are some extra bushings. And these bushings that we have here are 100A bushings, which is really nice. So these are quite a stiff bushing because the board itself comes with 96A bushings in the front and the back when you get it. So they're really nice, but it's just if you're a heavier rider or you want that little bit of extra stability, those 100A bushings, particularly at the back of the board, will be really, really helpful and really useful. The only negative about those 100A bushings is that they're red, and the 96A bushings that we have here are the same lime green color that we have throughout the rest of the board. So like from an aesthetic point of view, I think it would be a shame to put those on, but from a practical point of view, I can definitely see myself putting those on. And then also in here, we have a charging cable for the remote. So USB type C on this end and USB type A on this end. And last but not least, inside the box, we have the charger. So this charger is an absolute beast. It is huge. But the reason it's so big is that this is actually a fast charger for the board. And then it has, this is the power cable that comes with it. And it's just a standard UK plug that I have here, which is great because that's the plug that we use in Ireland. And the battery that's in the Envy is much bigger and much more powerful than what you would get in, say, just the Meepo V5 at the moment, the standard range version. So what's cool about this is they've given you a big power adapter so that you can charge that battery in 2 hours, which is, I think, just an amazing thing, because I currently use the extended range battery in my Meepo Shuffle S, and it takes maybe 4.5 hours to charge, a bit more maybe. So being able to charge a similar sized battery in 2 hours, it's just game changer. Okay, so that is everything that you get in the box with the Meepo Envy. So just want to put this back on the table so I can look at it and see it here, because it is just such a pretty board. And I cannot wait to get this thing fully charged up so I can use this. I think this might actually be my new daily driver board that I commute in and out to work on. So I'm really excited to get this up and running. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to save that for another video because it's getting quite late now and the weather is due to turn and it's supposed to rain. So I'm not gonna get out on this today, but I will be making a video of my first impressions when I do get to go out on it. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I just want to give you guys some quick technical specifications for this board. Some people say that this board has an overall range of 24 miles, which is 38 kilometers. So that is an absolutely huge range. And if I get even close to that, I will be extremely happy. Meepo also say that the top speed of this board is 32 miles per hour, and that translates to 52 kilometers per hour. The deck is 38 inches from nose to tail, and it's 11 inches wide. There's a slight concave in the deck, but it is quite flat as well. So it's kind of a similar sort of design and shape to the Meepo V5, and I found that to be extremely comfortable. So I'm expecting that this will be very comfortable as well. And then that big battery that's in there is a 12S2P monocell battery, and that is what gives you that up to 24-mile range with this board. And then the board comes with 2 belt drive motors. So each wheel has its own motor, and each motor delivers 2,519 watts. So they're very powerful compared to any of the boards that I'm used to riding so far. And then Meepo say that with that fast charger, this board will charge up to full from empty in 2 hours. So again, like I say, that big battery with all that range, charging it in 2 hours is class. The board itself weighs 9.7 kilograms, so it's heavy enough, but it's not that heavy. Like when I'm lifting it here, like it's kind of awkward because like I've got the table and stuff in front of me, but I feel like I will be able to kind of lug this around and up the stairs on my way into work and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's not so heavy that like it's unmanageable, but it's not super light either. And then the maximum load that this board can take is 150 kilograms or 330 pounds. And then also the board has reverse kingpin trucks, and these are at a 50-degree angle, which is the same as the shredder trucks that are on my Meepo V5 and my original Meepo V3. So these are a really nice truck. It's a design that I'm pretty used to, that I'm very comfortable with. And yeah, I'm expecting this board to just handle really well. Okay, so the last thing to talk about with this board now is the price. This board is available on the Meepo website for $799, but actually if you go onto the Meepo website right now, it seems to be on sale. So you get it for $699 if you go on there right now. But I think like $699 for everything that you're getting here is an absolute steal. Most belt-driven boards with the specs that this board has would cost you probably close to $1,500. I'm going to make a video of my first impressions and my first kind of like test ride on this board. That's coming soon. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing what this board handles like and what I think of it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go and charge this up. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you've liked it. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.